Aisha Chihata anozikamwa nekunze baby waBlessing rakaramba kuenda kumurume mushure mekunge abvisirwa mari yakapetwa ndokudecida kupa murume gupuro redhora ari kuti iye ane side rakewo restori raari kukumbira kuti vanhu vamunzwisise ari kuti the marriage happened quickly after several deaths and Mr. Togarepi vaigara vachitaura kuti vakanga vasina mari yakawanda since pakanga paine hama iri kurwara, so zvakaita kuti date ravo remarriage rirambe richichinja saka chichazoshamisira nekuti iye akachinja date rekuti achaenda rini kumurume. Welcome back to the channel, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Nyaya yacho yakasangana kuri kunzi zvakare on the ceremony day Mr. Togarepi paid substantially less than the 6,500 yavakanga vawirirana, uye Aisha ari kuti akatovapa uka $50 kake kuti vawedzere padecoration, patransport nepafuel since akanga ati haanawo mari. So ari kutaura zvakare aka the day after their marriage when Aisha arrived late to meet him due to household responsibility akamurova mbama papublic zvakabva zvaita kuti iye atange kutya, ndosaka asina kuzoenda kumusha uyu. So zvakaumari gaitingoverenga machatsi acho aiswa pana apa. I, Aisha Chihata, make this statement voluntarily. The contents of this statement are true to the best of my knowledge and belief. I make this statement in response to allegations made against me by Mr. Blessing Togarepi that I defrauded him or stole his money. I categorically deny these allegations. The background. Before our customary marriage, Mr. Blessing Togarepi repeatedly changed the agreed marriage dates. The proposed dates moved from the 26th to the 19th, then 13th, and finally the 6th. Each time he explained that the money he intended to use for lobola was running out because he had a close relative suffering from terminal cancer. My grandmother advised him that it would be better to postpone the marriage until he was financially stable. Despite this advice, he insisted that he loved me and did not want to delay the marriage. I trusted his explanation and did not see any reason to suspect that there were problems. He initially represented that he intended to pay approximately 6.5 years lobola. However, on the day of the ceremony, he paid less than what was discussed. Before the marriage, Mr. Togarepi voluntarily sent me money and specifically instructed me to use it for business purposes. I used the money exactly as he had instructed. I never received any money for my personal benefit as kunonga kwemusikana. When I later asked him about that money, he informed me that he had already given it to his father. Following the marriage ceremony, there were still expenses relating to decorations, transport, and fuel. When I requested assistance, he informed me that he no longer had money available. As a result, I personally paid $50 towards those expenses. His behavior immediately changed after the marriage. After the lobola ceremony, I asked whether I could join him the following week. Instead of discussing the matter calmly, he became angry. He left my family home without saying goodbye to my parents or other family members who had attended the ceremony. He also left members of his own family behind at our home without arranging transport for them. My brother later organized transport after realizing that they had been left behind. That evening, I apologized in an effort to resolve the disagreement peacefully. Despite my apology, he continued speaking to me harshly and disrespectfully. Kurowa kwandakaita. The following day, he telephoned me to say he was returning to Harare and wanted to see me before leaving. I explained that I had many household responsibilities after the marriage ceremony, including cleaning, washing clothes, and washing dishes, that I might arrive late. He acknowledged this and informed me that he had missed the 1 p.m. bus and would instead travel on the 2 p.m. bus. I informed him that I might still be delayed, and I had eventually arrived in Mutare at approximately 2:10. He had also sent a message to my mother saying that he wished to see her. It is important to note that he had only met my mother approximately 3 times, and I have evidence of this. During our relationship, we had met fewer than 7 times before marrying because the marriage happened very quickly. When I arrived at the restaurant, he greeted my mother but did not greet me. It was obvious that he was angry because I had arrived late, despite already being aware of the reason. As I escorted him towards the departure point, away from other people, he slapped me across the face and demanded to know why I was late. I was shocked, humiliated, and frightened. I did not retaliate and quietly escorted him before he boarded the bus. Facebook post and discover of previous marriages. While traveling back to Harare, he posted photographs of me on Facebook. Before this, I had asked him not to post me publicly because he had already told me that he had previously been married and had described his former wife as violent. I wanted to avoid unnecessary public attention and conflict. After he posted my photograph, members of the public commented that this was allegedly his 4th marriage. Shortly afterwards, I received a call from a woman who informed me that several of his previous marriages ended after a short period of time, and that another wife had also left him shortly after the marriage. When I calmly asked him about these matters, he became angry and spoke to me disrespectfully instead of answering my questions. The following day, he sent flowers together with a new iPhone as an apology. I accepted the flowers but declined to accept the phone because I wanted peace rather than expensive gifts. I forgave him and believed we could continue with the marriage. Illness and further conflict. Shortly afterwards, I became ill and required medical treatment. Mr. Togarebi initially assisted by sending money for treatment and communicating with my doctors. Later, he asked when I would travel to join him. I explained that I was still unwell and would need more time before traveling. Instead of showing understanding, he became angry and questioned who was supposed to kuvata nabo if I did not come immediately. He then insulted both me and my mother. He made offensive remarks about my mother, kuti single parent, and stated that the only thing he wanted from me kwanga kuri kungorara tese. Those statements deeply hurt me and my family. Although he later apologized to my mother through an audio recording, the trust between us had already been seriously damaged. Harassment. Following these events, I decided to block his number because I no longer wished to continue arguing. Instead of respecting my decision, he repeatedly contacted me through other people. He sent people to my home asking when I was coming to him. His sisters and father telephoned me repeatedly, including during the night, and I received messages accusing me of no longer loving him. On one occasion, he falsely informed my parents that I had gone to meet another man. In reality, I had attended hospital because I was unwell. The repeated calls, messages, and accusations caused me emotional distress and difficulty sleeping. Incidents at my mother's home. During the same time period, Mr. Togarebi came to my grandmother's home, accompanied by a man and a woman who appeared to be intoxicated. Our community had recently experienced robberies, so we were initially afraid to open the door. When I eventually opened it, Mr. Togarebi pushed both me and my grandmother before loudly inviting the people who had accompanied him into the house. His conduct frightened everyone present and showed disrespect towards my elderly grandmother, whose home it was. On another occasion, he came with other people who appeared intoxicated, and one of his sisters loudly announced outside in my neighborhood that they did not want me as their daughter-in-law. I found this deeply humiliating because it occurred in front of members of my community. Public accusations before the chief's hearing. Before the matter was taken before the chief, Mr. Togarebi made public posts in Mutara social media groups alleging that my family had scammed him. These allegations were made. I had been given an opportunity to explain my side of the story. As a result, my family's reputation was damaged within our society. He also contacted bloggers and publicly claimed that he had lost 6,500 in Mutare, inviting people to publicize the matter. An audio recording was also circulated in which a man who stood in as my father during the marriage discussion is mentioned in connection with allegations that my family scammed Mr. Togarepe. I deny those allegations completely. My biological father did not attend because Mr. Togarepe himself repeatedly explained that his money was limited due to his relative suffering from terminal cancer. He also stated that he did not want his money passing through certain relatives. These were his own explanations and were among the reasons he repeatedly changed the marriage dates until the ceremony eventually took place on the 6th. My family accommodated these changes in good faith because we believed his explanation. Return of property. After our relationship deteriorated, I returned a GoPro together with Dola and a plate that had been given during the marriage process because I no longer wished to continue the relationship. Regarding the money that he now claims, I have never refused to discuss repayment of any amount that may properly be determined to be due. I've explained that I am working towards resolving that issue. However, I completely rejected the allegations that I stole his money. A disagreement about money following the breakdown of a marriage is not the same as theft. I respectfully deny the allegations that I stole or fraudulently obtained money from Mr. Togarepe. I ask that any authority considering this matter examine all of the evidence from both parties before reaching any conclusion. I declare that the contents of the statement are true to the best of my knowledge. Ndonyaya Aisha arikuti iye maybe kwa chifu anakunyatso wana mukana wekuti explain zvinonzwika ati iye sekungari social media personality kunyanya ku TikTok uko regai aite zvekutonyora iri tsamba chaiyo. Guys, nothing there changes the main issue. If the marriage never really got off the ground, just refund the money. Let everyone walk away and stop dragging this into a public back and forth. Peace is cheaper than pride. Donya yengo ripo. Mukomana mari yake ka angaisa chero isiri 6.5. Nyaya yekuti yakazouya ya 3000 ndo zviri kurwadza. Nyaya yekuti umwe mwana anenge abvisa makununguno akadaro. Kuvapa $50 etransport kungabva kwarwadza here. Statement iri kungoita criss cross. And remember this, don't volunteer to offer information you are not asked. It is very dangerous. Anyway, watch the space. Why does it feel like you are kicking your own goal? Is it kufamba neside ramambo? And it mambo vati ivo mari ngaidzosegwe munhu musi wa31 izvi zvekuti kwai unonyora tsamba uchizvidefenda maparagrafu tamanzwa mari ngaipiwe kumuridzi wayo. After the long paragraphs of her story, despite knowing kuti mukadzi wemudzimu as they claim, why do they go ahead with planned lobola payment when they fully know that she is not fit to do that? Whatever the case, the courts ruled and favored blessing. Justice for him dzorera mari yemunhu full stop. Asi ye blessing kana kuchinzi ma marriages ake anokurumidza apera because the one that we saw was the one yemuna 2021. Kwayo ma marriage akanokurumidza apera apedzewi here naidzo hasha dzainadzo kurova allegedly ikoko kwaanoita. Handizvo here ko iko kuti kana vanhu maenda kunoroora moenda vanhu vakararadza vakadhakwa nyaya dzacho dzinotaurika sei nekuti pane pasina anokumiririrawo ka wechikuru zvichienda zvakadaro zvakaoma. But anyway, ndo statement ravasubmitawo iri munhu ungozvinzwirawo moona kuti imi muri kuona zvakanaka here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe.